So what was happening, I had to redo this. I had to add this in here because it was literally flexing the steel on here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just too much weight for this little hinge. So this is what came with the car, and it was Mickey Mouse from the get-go.
Are these not, as far as you know, not original to the factory, so to speak?
No, they're not original. I mean, they might be, but
Regardless, they've been Mickey Mouse.
yeah. Well, it's a lot stiffer. It's way better. But when I welded on the hinge, it pulled it in. And it needs to be out because this will hit the paint over here. But it was, when you did this all moved and it was cracking.
Oh, wow. Oh,
The filler was cracking, everything was cracking.
Oh, God.
Now it's just the hinge that's moving it. But I got a latch that's coming today. So that'll hold it from, shaking around or moving. So now I gotta make change to the hinge, so I gotta pull it all apart and repeat the process 20 times before I actually get it right. Well, how do I do this? This is tricky, it all moved. It sucks. Which I knew it would because I heated it up. But I had to make it stronger. It's almost like I cut it off and bring it out. God damn. This thing. It's just so tedious too. I can't keep cutting and welding and it just gets flimsier each time. And I don't want it to. At least it's nice and sturdy. It was literally cracking right here. Because the weight, you could see it all move. Now it ain't moving. The only thing moving is the little play in the hinge. So, but when I welded right here to kind of make it a little bit stronger, it pulled it in. And it needs to be a gap right here because when you open it, the ring has to clear or it'll scratch the paint. Well, I'm gonna have to cut it, bend it out, weld it, cut the bottom, bend it out, weld it to where I need it, and hope it doesn't pull back in. Because it shuts nice now, it's like all perfectly tight, but I can't have it tight. That's what sucks. So it worked because I got it all nice and perfect around it, but I can't have it perfect sitting there. So my goal is it's got to have like an 1/8 inch gap all the way around it when it's closed, and I'll have a black piece of rubber or something in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it will either close flush and open to nick the paint, or it'll not close flush.
It's got to be
and not
out
nick the
to
paint.
clear the paint over here with the bezel.
Yeah.
It's just so thin and little, but it gets so hot, and then when it cools, it pulls. It moves all over the place. And I know it looks ugly now, but I'll beautify it later, so. Just rough. It's either I cut this section out and lower it, or I cut this and bring it out. Either way, it's going to be about the same amount of work. Okay. You know, it's funny, I used to worry about people seeing the rough process of something. You know?
Makes sense.
Because it looks like shit. And they start judging you before they know what the outcome's gonna look like. You're like, no man, I swear. You should see the picture in my head, it looks bitchin'. gonna look bitchin'. It's
Yeah.
gonna look just like I see it. But getting there can be an ugly road sometimes. That's it. It clears a lot. That's perfect. But now the tricky part is welding it and it not moving. That's like almost perfect all the way around. Maybe a little more. Yeah, that's where it should be, but look at how off it is. So now, trying to pull this off without moving it, and then tacking it without it moving. I mean, it just gets glowing hot, and no matter how much I turn down the TIG, it's just the way it is. Even if I MIG'd it, it'd be the same shit. I don't like MIG because there's just a lot of splatter to clean up and.
Really?
Yeah. And then you're just wasting material because you got to grind all the splatter off. Try it again. On and off, on and off, on and off. Just want to get it there. If I get it there, man, we can put it together and then I can clean it up. We can paint it and get these fucking fenders on the car. Let me see. God, I hope so. Please. Please be it. This screw right here is just temporary because I got to put in the adjusters, you know what I mean? So I got to move shit around in here still. Oh, it opens and shuts so much easier, better. But still, it's got to come out still. That just moved it that way. So I'm glad I didn't tack the whole thing. But see, I gotta figure out how to keep this ring like this. That's about the gap I need. Actually, that's about right for the whole thing. So this ring's gotta stay out here, which the rubber will help, but I need to know now, you know? Yeah, see, it's hitting. And the only way to not make it not hit is to pull it out more. It's gonna have to be a pretty good gap right here. Maybe 3/16 of an inch. Make another 16th. Because you do not want this hitting your paint, because it'll instantly leave a mark.
Yep.
I mean, I'm probably gonna do a little strap so it can only open to where it won't hit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, it's kind of weird because you never see this much of a headlight ring.
Yeah.
This usually you just see a little reveal, but it's sticking out so far. And it's the way it was when the guy built it. So whatever reason he had to build it like that, that's what we're going off of to keep the same look, you know?
Yeah.
Which once it's painted black,
It'll all just kind of go away.
yeah, it'll all go away, but I still don't want someone saying, what the hell did they do that for? That's not how it's supposed to go. Well, I know that's not how it's supposed to go, but that's how it's supposed to go. See if it stayed right about like that. All right, just gotta keep playing with it. Pull it apart. I like the positioning of the hinge though. All this, it clears everything. I have to trim a little bit more out of here, but just give a little bit more clearance. Other than that, it looks pretty damn good. I may weld a couple studs or something so that we can run clamps that holds everything up underneath that has to
Okay.
go up underneath, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Or
Like
I
the
may
inside of fender.
yeah, or I may be able to run them off of here. I'll just have to see
Okay.
where the inner fender bolts up.
Yeah.
So it's this one right here that's giving me a hard time.
Oh yeah, it's a lot closer than that one.
Yeah, which is telling me maybe I should cut that and pull it out like I did the other one. Because it's like this now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna weld this one up a little better then and then do the same thing. That might fix it to where I don't have to do much.